What do you do if you are the maker of iconic sports cars and then announce a mission to make an electric one? You go ahead and make a car that is just as sensational on performance as your fans would expect, and also make it all electric. That is the approach that the development of the Porsche Taycan seems to have taken, and it is every bit a Porsche first, and then happens to be an EV. It is also now the proud double title holder of the 2020 World Performance Car of the Year and the 2020 World Luxury Car. The Taycan was also a top 3 finalist for the World Car Design category, and for many jurors, if it had qualified on criteria, it would have also won the World Car of the Year title. Yes, it is that good. Rewind a bit to the 2015 Frankfurt Motor Show when Porsche showed us the Mission E concept car. At the time, Porsche said it was aiming at producing the car with an output of around 590 bhp and a driving range of around 500 kilometers. The end result saw it get pretty darn close to that. The Porsche Taycan has impressed everyone who ever sat in it, and I will explain why. Now there's 4 output versions of the Taycan, and this one is the Turbo, which is right up there. You do have the Turbo S, which is even more powerful, but I'll tell you what, 658 horses and 850 Nm of torque, that's plenty powerful. The Turbo S has 746 bhp, by the way, before you ask. And yes, the numbers on the Taycan Turbo are also enviable anyway. The lower spec Taycans get 520 bhp. The thing with all electrics is the instant torque, but on the Taycan, it is just so much more than only that. The Taycan has 2 permanent magnet synchronous motors on each axle. The car's 800 volt battery is unlike most EVs that use 400 volt tech. It is housed in the underbody to give the car better driving dynamics. All-wheel drive is standard and helps with the car's drive modes, making it more or less dynamic depending on the requirement. The acceleration on this thing is absolutely insane. You just aren't ready for that kind of instant response. Frankly, even the internal combustion engine Porsches don't give you what this car can. All right, let's do it again. And there's something very futuristic sounding about that battery response, the sound that you get when you're accelerating. Yeah, it's not a vroom, but somehow it seems to work. The Taycan is effortless to the point that is unbelievable. And there's a reason it accelerates like that. The Taycan gets a brand new automatically switching 2-speed transmission on its rear axle. Porsche says it did this to vastly improve the car's dynamics. What this does is gives you a really short ratio on the first gear, so your instant acceleration is lightning fast. The longer ratio on the second gear helps you to maintain acceleration when you are at higher speeds for quick reactions from the car. Oh, and it does 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3 seconds. The Turbo S does it in 2.4 seconds, by the way. And you need to use the launch control for this. So it's bloody impressive on a straight highway. Yes, I can say that now. How does it handle? That's the next bit. The thing that you don't notice when you are driving the Taycan is that maximum output, or the 658 horses, is something you only get for 2.5 seconds at a time. The reason? The engine management system doesn't want the electric drivetrain to overheat. So while it will give you brutal amounts of power, it does regulate just how much of it you get at any given time. The car uses Porsche's intelligent range manager too. That is basically onboard software that constantly adjusts throttle response, maximum speed, and even the air conditioning when you start to run lower on battery power. This is effective when you have already input a destination in the car's navigation system. The downside of using the more effective and punchy 800-volt battery setup is finding a charging network for it. Porsche has developed a more powerful 270 kilowatt charger that can give you an 80% charge in 22 minutes 30 seconds. There was a lot of talk at the time when the overall project was even announced by Porsche about, can this company really get an electric sports car right? And then there was a fair amount of criticism in terms of how long it took Porsche to bring it to market. Having spent a little bit of time with this car, what I can tell you is, boy, was it time well spent. So yes, the Taycan deserves all the praise and accolades it's getting. The World Car Awards double win is just step one. The bigger win for Porsche is that the time and the money spent in the Taycan project will undoubtedly give us a slew of electrics and hybrids that will offer exhilarating performance and also allow the company to achieve the green targets it has set for itself over the coming years. The good news is that Porsche has confirmed the Taycan for India. For now, we can tell you just that though. On the timing of the launch, our guess is only around December 2020, or it might even get pushed to early 2021. Pricing will be well upwards of 2 crore rupees.